A very good morning, students. Welcome back to this online bridge course on Microsoft Excel. In our previous class, we discussed clipboard options like cut, copy, and paste. And then after, we have also seen the errors in Microsoft Excel. We discussed 6 different types of errors in Microsoft Excel. We are receiving grievance from non-IT students that how this Microsoft Excel is going to help them, and they are thinking that they are wasting their time by attending these Microsoft Excel classes. So I suggest them don't think in that way, because this Microsoft Excel, it is an multi-purpose, or more precisely we can say it is a general purpose application. It is not specific to any particular domain like CSC and IT. Okay, it can be used in ECE, EEE, mechanical, civil as well. Because whatever purpose this Microsoft Excel is having, basically we are maintaining the data, isn't it? We are maintaining data. So as far as the data is concerned, that data, it can be of any domain. It can be electronics data, it can be electrical data, civil engineering data, mechanical engineering data. It can be anything. So in your career, once you go to your career, definitely you have to play with data. So as I said, data is the new future. Data is the new oil. In my first session only, I explained about the importance of this data. So if you have the data and if you don't know how to drive the data, how to manipulate the data, and how to get the output from the data, how to get the productivity from the data, it is of no use. So just think the importance of it and give the equal importance to this bridge course as well, and try to have some attention towards it, uh, and try to learn whatever concepts we are discussing over here. See, this Microsoft Excel, whatever I am teaching, whatever I am giving the training, it is at the basic level only. Definitely in your academics as well, when you come to your second year, when you come to your third year, you people are going to use many software tools. It can be your AutoCAD, it can be your MATLAB. So in order to understand such applications, we can consider this Microsoft Excel as the entry point, because many of them, they are completely unaware of computers, and when they come to a point where they have to work on such applications like MATLAB and what I said, AutoCAD, they don't know anything about computers. So to have the knowledge of computers, this bridge course is going to help you. So as I said, in your first year as well, you people are going to have many software related subjects, like PPS is one such subject, programming for problem solving. In C programming, we are going to do that, and it is completely CSC related stuff. And why they put such a subject in your first semester? You have, because it is of importance. You have to have the knowledge of computers. So that is the reason why they kept this subject in your first semester. So in that same way, we included this Microsoft Excel as a bridge course in order to make you people ready for the academics. Okay, so don't think that you people are wasting your time over here. Just give the equal importance to all the bridge courses and try to complete the assignments on time. Try to attend all my videos on time, and nowhere it is going to be a loss to you. It is going to be a advantage kind of thing to you. Okay, so just know the importance, and quickly we'll get into today's session. And as we promised, in today's session we discuss about conditional formatting. So conditional formatting in Excel, it is the way of making the selective data from raw data. So if you have raw data, bulk of data in an Excel sheet, from that bulk of data, how we are going to select the selective data, that is with the help of this conditional formatting only we will do. So it is very simple. Let us assume you have some 100 cells of data, 100 records of data, or 100 cells of data. From that 100 cells, we need to take selective data based on some value. So let us say, consider an example of employee salaries. If you have 100 employees in your organization working, and you want to take the top five top paid employees, in that 5 top paid employees, how you will do that one? From that sheet, we will highlight the 5 top paid employees. So that highlight, how we do by taking a color only we will do. Highlighter, or by taking a color, will simply highlight that particular salary details, so as they can be easily verified. Okay, hopefully you understood. So conditional formatting in Excel enables you to highlight cells with a certain color depending on the cell's value. Whatever value the cell is holding, based on that value, what we will do, we will give a color. If it is matching to our criterion, my criterion over there, my criterion just now we discussed the employee example. In that, my criterion is I have to select the top 5 highly paid employees. So that is my criterion. Okay, whoever employee is going to satisfy my criterion, simply what I will do, I will highlight that employee with a color. I will highlight that employee with a color. So this conditional formatting will do that same job. So based on this conditional formatting, what we are doing, we are highlighting cells with a certain color. We are highlighting cells with a certain color depending upon the cell's value. So quickly we'll discuss, we have many different concepts under it, under this conditional formatting. So first concept is highlighting the cell. Okay, highlighting cell rules. So this we will see first. So highlighting cell rules. So the highlighting cell rules, what we do means, in a list of values, we'll take some value as a reference, and we'll select the values which are greater than to a given value, which are lesser than to a given value, between the range, or equal to the given value. So it will simply highlight whatever values are satisfying our selected formulae. Okay, so let us quickly go and see this working. So I'm opening my Microsoft Excel. So that is to get Windows R, Excel you open. So once the Excel is open, yes, I have here something. Okay, I have prepared one document so as to do the practice quickly. So this list of cells I have, these many values I have. So in that, what I have to do, highlight cell rules. I have to apply highlight cell rules. So to do that one, inside these tabs, we have many tabs over here. Okay, so inside these tabs, just select the home tab. Go to home tab, and then conditional formatting, as you can see here, this one. This one is conditional formatting. So click on that conditional formatting, and then highlight cell rules. Highlight cells rules. So in that, first one is the greater than. So greater than, I'm selecting greater than. So give some value over here. Let us say 43 I am giving. 43 I am giving. So 43, what it will do? Yeah, this what we are saying, greater than option we have selected. So whatever values that are greater than this 43, they will be highlighted with this color. The red filled with light red filled with dark red text. Light red filled with dark red text. So this type of conditional formatting we are applying on these cells. So if you don't have that conditional formatting, how we will do the highlight job means, simply 43, if it is our criterion, 43 is our specific value, and we have to find out the values which are greater than 43. Then what we have to do, we have to go and we have to check each and every cell. Okay, 14, it is lesser. So go to the next one. 6 lesser, 39 lesser, 43 lesser. Okay, then 2 lesser, 49, it is greater. So highlight this one. Then 5, 11 lesser, 86, highlight. 57, highlight, because they are greater. So we are finding all the values that are greater than 43. Okay, greater than 43. 43 I am not considering because I didn't say greater than or equals to. I have said only greater than. So this is one way of doing. Okay, without applying conditional formatting, like this also we can do. But for small number of cells, this this type of solution will look acceptable. Will look acceptable. But what if you have like 1,000 cells? Okay, if you have 1,000 cells and you have to do the selective job in that 1,000 cells, then it is very difficult, right? So for that sake, what we have to go to conditional, we have to apply the conditional formatting. So to apply the conditional formatting, first of all you select the uh, cells on which you want to apply the conditional formatting. So now I have selected the cells. Then go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, then greater than, select that value 43. 43 and then hit the enter key. So now you can see it is doing the job for me. It is selecting the cells which are greater than 43. Hopefully you understood. So just to have the differentiation, to make this 6 as 57. Now 57 it is greater than 43. So it has to, the Excel has to highlight that 57 as well. It has highlighted. So my conditional formatting is working. So let us say I'm adding 67, 98, all these are greater. So the Excel is automatically highlighting those cells as well because they are matching our criterion. They are satisfying our criterion. So suppose if I enter 40 to 32, it is lesser than 43. So the Excel should not highlight that 32. See, it is not highlighting because it is lesser than 43. So in this way, the conditional formatting is helping us to do the selective job from raw data. Okay, selection job from raw data. So raw data I have like 13 cells, and in that 13 cells, when I'm finding the cells that are greater to 43, I'm applying conditional formatting and I'm getting that one. So this highlight cell rules, in this way you can do. So if you have applied some conditional formatting and now if you want to remove that conditional formatting, then we go for clear rules option. Clear rules. The third point here I mentioned. So go to clear rules. So that clear rules, how we can do, I will show you. So far we discussed highlight cell rules. In that we discussed greater than, isn't it? In that we discussed greater than. Now I want to apply another rule, that is less than. But before applying this less than, I have to remove the already applied conditional formatting. What happens if I don't remove that one and if I apply the new conditional formatting? Means they will overlap. The two rules will overlap and we will get a conflict over there. We will get a conflict over there. So to avoid that conflict, what we do means we'll remove the already applied conditional formatting and then we apply the new conditional formatting. So how we can remove means simply select the cells where you have applied the conditional formatting. Then go to conditional formatting. Then here you can see in that conditional formatting, last but one you have clear rules. Clear rules. In that select the first one, clear rules from selected cells. I have selected these cells here. I have selected these cells and I want to remove the conditional formatting rule from these cells. So go to clear rules, then clear rules from selected cells. So now you can see all are blank only. No color is applied. So the rule what we have applied, conditional formatting rule, that has been removed. Go and apply the new rule. Less than some 10 I am saying. So 10 and apply that same color. No, this time I'm applying some different color. Okay, green with dark green text. So like this. So like this. These two are satisfying. These two are less than 10. So it is giving green color to them. Hopefully you understood. So again, you remove that rule by simply going to clear rule and then clear rule on the selected cells. Like that you can do. So in this way, you can apply between. Between means you can give the range from 43 to some 80. 43 to 80. Whatever rule, give some different color. Red text, only red text you give, or you can give yellow filled with dark yellow, like this. So these, whatever values it is selecting, they are between 43 and 80. Okay, rest of them, they are out of the range. Okay, 57, it is between 43 and 80. 43, it is also 43 and 80 between. 57, 67, they are also same. So that's why it has selected only those cells. So in that way you can apply. So again you remove conditional formatting, clear rules from selected cells. So only one cell I have selected, so it is applying on only one cell. So now I will apply on all the cells. So select that cells, then go to conditional formatting, clear rules on the selected cells. So like this you can. Okay, between also we have seen, less than we have seen, greater than we have seen, and rest of the symbols you can check. Okay. Okay. So next thing is top bottom rules. So the first highlighted cell rule we have completed. Top bottom rules, what it will do means it will select the top 5 values. So from these values you have to, if you want to select top 5 values, okay, top 5 values, I mean greater 5 values, then go to again select the cells on what cells you want to apply, select those cells, and then go to what, go to conditional formatting, top bottom rules. Okay, here we have 13, so top 10 items, top 10, not 10, you can select like top 5 items, simply change here top 5 and apply the color. Yeah, this coloring you can select from this list or you can customize this one. So custom format, go to here, and here you will be having, see this color here. From these colors also you can apply. Okay, more custom colors. Here also you will get all the color formats, 256 color formats here you will get. So from this you can select any and you can apply any. So like this. Okay. Okay. So like this they will get applied. Custom formatting. Okay, or else you can use the already managed color formats over here like this. So top 5 we are selecting, so it is selecting top 5 in our list. So like this you can apply. Hopefully you understood this one. So the next thing, not only top 5 but also bottom 5 you can select all those. Yeah, why it has selected 6 means because 57 we have twice. We have 57 twice, so that's why it has selected 57 twice. So overall it is making the count as 6, even though I mentioned to select top 5, but 57 it got repeated, so it is selecting 50. Yeah, just make this 57 as 58. So now you can see this 57 is removed. So now we have only top 5. Hopefully you understood. So now the bottom 5 we are selecting. So go to top or bottom rules, bottom 10 items. So in this, yeah, see, they are overlapping. So when I have selected, when I applied 2 rules, they are overlapping. So simply before applying a new rule, remove the previous rule. So clear rules, clear all rules. So now select this one, go to conditional formatting, select bottom 10 items. So I will make it as 5 only, bottom 5 items. So these are my bottom 5 items, 2, 5, 11, 14 and 32. They are the bottom 5. Top 5 previously we have seen, and now this is bottom 5. Accordingly you can apply any of these conditional rules, conditional formatting rules. Okay, you can even select based on the average value. Okay, above average and below average, that also you can do. Okay, so like this we are applying this conditional formattings. So highlight cell rules we have seen, top bottom rules we have seen, then clearing the rules, how we can clear, that also we have seen. Highlight rules, once again I am repeating, highlight rules, yeah, greater than to some specific value you can select the cells, less than to some specific value you can select the cells, between the range of values you can select the cells, then equal to some specific value you can select the cells. And text, if at all you are playing with text, and if you want your Excel to select the cells with matching like this. Okay, so suppose I have a B C, then A B C 1 2 3, A B C 1 2 3, then 1 2 A B C 3 4, then 1 2 3 A B C, then I'm typing some different content, 2 3 4 X W X Y Z, then W X Y Z, like this I have. So in this all I want to select the cells which are having ABC text pattern in them. Okay, I want to select the cells which are having ABC text pattern in them. So go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, then text that contains ABC. ABC. So just highlight those cells. Click on OK. So all these cells from here to here, they are having ABC in common. So it got highlighted. It got highlighted. So like this you can apply. So text that contains a date occurring, that also we can do, and duplicate values soon we will discuss. Top bottom, you can select top 10, bottom 10, top 10%, that is average, bottom 10%, that is also average. Average of whatever cells you have. Suppose you have 1000 cells, means how many cells it will? 10% we are saying. 1000 cells means it will highlight 100 cells, 100 top cells. If you have only 100, it will highlight top 10 cells. So likewise, based on the cell count, it will automatically calculate the average and it will automatically highlight that many number of cells. So bottom 10%, it is also same. Bottom 10% of the number of cells, it will highlight. So then above average, you can give some specific average and it will highlight automatically whatever cell is having the above average value. Below average, exactly opposite to this above average. So like this, you can apply all these things. So the next thing is clear rules. We discussed that one. Then conditional formatting with formulas. So not only the directly as we have applied just before, we can even apply the conditional formatting based on some formulas. Okay, so that to have an understanding. So select this one, select this text. As I have this text, I have selected this one. So then go to conditional formatting and apply the new rule. So that is customized rule you can apply to the already existing rules. So in this new rule, you select this last one. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. So based on some formula, what we are doing, we are applying the format. So first, how we are coming over here? Select the cells, conditional formatting, new rule, then use a formula to determine which cell to format, which cells to format. So over here, what we can do, we have to apply the formula. So let us assume I want to select what cells I want to select. So this highlight cell rules we have completed, top bottom rules we have completed, clearing the rules, this also we have completed. So then conditional formatting with formulas. Okay, conditional formatting with formulas. So let us assume, so it is very simple. Let us assume over here, whatever cells we have, in these cells, I want to select all odd numbers. I want to select and I want to highlight all odd numbers. So to do that one, select the cells, then go to conditional formatting, click on new rule, then come to here. This use a formula to determine which cells to format. Which cells to format. Select this last one and apply the formula over here. Is equals to, we have a function. Here also I mentioned that function. Is odd function and is even function. It will simply check whatever value you are giving, whether it is even number or odd number. So is odd will give true when the given number is even. Sorry, odd. Is even will give true whenever the given number is even. Okay, so given number means we will not give the numbers, rather we will give the cell names over there. So I will show you how cell names we will give over there. So here we have selected this text from here to here, these many cells. So in my first formula application, I want A1 cell, then B1, B2, B3, likewise, then A2, B2, C2, D2, E2, all cells from here to here. I want this conditional formatting to be applied. So go to new rule, then last one here equals to apply that function is odd of, okay, apply the case only to A1. Okay, take the case of only A1 and apply the formula. So as you know, when you are selecting multiple columns, multiple cells, yeah, under each cell the formula will be considered accordingly. Under each cell the formula will be considered accordingly. So in my first cell the formula will be considered is odd of A1. In second cell is odd of A2, is odd of A3. Likewise it will consider. Then put the color, what color you want to give to that cell. Okay, if it is odd number, what color you want to give. Go to format, then select the color. I have selected like this one. Okay, click on OK and then click on OK. So all these are my odd numbers. So whatever I got in these colors, they are my odd numbers. We'll see more. uh, yeah, here we have. So come over here. Then once again you write, yeah, we have to remove this formulae first. uh, Clear this formulae, then select it, go to conditional formatting, new rule. Okay, here use a formulae to determine which cell to be formatted and write that formulae. Now I am selecting odd numbers, let us say the even numbers. Is even of A1. I am applying this formula on A1. So here we have to select is equals to, first I have to put equals to, then is even of A1. So like this, then select the color. Here you can select the color like this. Okay, red color, and bold. You can even increase the size it is not allowing. Okay, borders you can give, fill you can even fill. uh, we have selected red now, so this color I will give, like this color I will give. Okay, so like this you will get now. Click on OK. Hope you are remembering all these options. Simply click on format, go font, select the font, bold, italic, whatever you want to make, you just make. Then come to fill and select the background color. Here I have selected this background color. Okay, so like this I will get. So see, whatever cells are satisfying my formulae, that is even. If the number is even, automatically it will get highlighted according to the color what I have given, according to the text format what I have, font format what I have given. So like this you can apply the conditional formatting with formulas. So this is another way. Selecting even numbers I have shown, selecting odd numbers also I have shown. Select the cells, then go to conditional formatting. Okay, clear this one first. Then select the cells, go to conditional formatting, new rule. Here use a formula to determine which cells to format. Then here you come, equals to is odd if you are selecting odd numbers, and apply the formula only to the first cell, and rest of the cells it will automatically apply. Excel will automatically apply. So we will write this formula, whatever formula we are writing over here, we will write this formula by keeping in mind the first cell only. Keeping in mind the first cell, that is A1 cell. B1, B2, B3, all these cells, they will get this formula applied accordingly by the Excel. So here you put A1, then you close this. Okay, apply the format. Okay, select the background, only background I am selecting now. Okay, font, nothing, only background I am selecting. So okay, so then okay. So like this it will apply the background. Hopefully you understood these things. So conditional formatting with formulas also we have discussed. Okay, conditional formatting with formulas also we have discussed. So then go to the next one, which is quickly we will see. You go to the PPT. Yeah, this we have seen. Is odd function, is even function. Is odd will select the odd numbers from the given cell. If you apply the is odd formula, it will check whether the given number is even or odd. If it is even, it will apply the color. If it is odd, it will not apply the color. Is even function. Is odd function, what it will do? It will check the value whether it is even or odd. If the value is odd, it will apply the color. If the value is not odd, it will not apply the color. The concept is very simple. Okay. Formulas that apply conditional formatting must evaluate to either true or false. Okay. So then explanation already I have given. So then managing rules. If you have more than one rule applied, you can manage those rules in your Excel. So how we can means, so suppose here I have applied one rule, that is selecting odd numbers. Now I am applying another new rule. Here I am saying is even, because already I applied odd now. So now I am applying even. Even also I am applying. So yeah, I have not selected any format. I have not selected. So new rule, go here, this one, and format, apply this green color, okay, and write the formula is E1. So totally how many? Three formulas I have applied. One for finding the odd numbers, one for finding the even numbers, and one for finding the even numbers without any color. So three formulas I have applied so far. So quickly go and see manage formulas to check how many formulas have been applied on these cells. Select these cells. So go to conditional, yeah, because by seeing this we cannot say how many formulas are applied on this conditional formatting. It is not possible. How many conditional formattings have been applied on these cells? It is not possible to say by just by seeing. So we have to follow some steps before revealing how many conditional formulas have been applied. So select the cells, go to conditional formatting, then manage rules. Here the last option, as you can see, manage rules. Select that one. Here you can see first one is even is applied with green color. Is even is applied with green color, and second formula is even without any color, no format set, is even without any color, and finally the formula is odd is applied with this orange color. Three formulas we have applied, and in these three this second one is useless, isn't it? Because it is not having any formatting. Second one is useless. So what I will do, I will delete this rule. So here you can do in that way. Here you can do in that way. Simply select the rule which you want to delete and delete key. Press this delete button. It will delete that rule. So now how many rules? I have two rules. Suppose if you don't need this odd, simply what you can do, select that odd and delete that odd. Okay, delete that all and apply. See, as you can see here, it got applied, and all the colored cells, okay, which have been applied by is odd, now they are normal only. Now they are normal only. So now if you want to add a new rule from here only, simply click on new rule. It will open this one. Come to over here and same is odd I am applying. Is odd of A1. Is odd of A1. Close this one. Yeah, we have to put equals to sign. I'm forgetting always. Equals to is odd of A1. Close this one and set the format color, that is orange only. Once again I'm applying orange only. Click on OK. OK. So like this we got that one, new formula, and click on apply. It will get applied. There is some mistake we have done. Okay. It is not applying. So maybe more overlapping rules, that's why it is not applying. So select that one, go to manage rules. Now new rule, this one, or I have done some, maybe I have done some mistake in the formula. Is odd of A1. Okay, then format color. Yeah, now you can see maybe I have done some mistake in previous case. So now it has applied on all odd numbers. Now I want another rule, new rule, formula equals to is even of A1. Okay, select the color, green color. Okay, okay, apply. See, green got applied. So like this. Okay, so like this, on the current selection we are applying like this. So yeah, if you want to edit, if you want to change the color, okay, if you want to change this color, again select that. Okay, all even numbers I want in yellow color, I want in red color, let us say. All even numbers I want in red color. So select the cells, go to conditional formatting, manage rules. So all even number we set. So select that one and click on edit rule. So here you come. Okay, these things will remain as it is. Go to format, change the color to red. Okay, okay, apply. So you can see now they are in red color. So in this way, by using this manage rule option, you can what we call, you can change, you can edit, you can delete or you can even create the new rules on uh, in Excel. Okay, in Excel you can do in this way. So manage rules we discussed. Manage rules also we discussed. So the next thing, the very important thing we have next one, that is uh, what we call data bars. Okay, data bars. So simply it is manage rules we discussed. Then we have data bars. Data bars, it is quite interactive stuff when you see. So simply in each cell, how much value we have. Okay, it will represent with the help of a bar. Okay, like a what we call in your statistics, we generally use that graphs to represent how much value we have uh, on xy axis. In that same way, in this Excel, it will use a bar. Okay, it will use a brick kind of thing. It will use a pillar kind of thing to represent the data. Okay, so data bars in Excel make it very easy to visualize values in a range of cells. A longer bar represents a higher value. So simply not by reading the value, simply by seeing the value, we can say which value is greater and which value is lesser. Okay, if we use these data bars. So quickly I will explain these data bars as well. Go to your Excel document. So data bars. So let us say I will increase the font size. So now I will just zoom it. Then select this one. Select the data because I want to apply the conditional formatting of data bars on these values. So select that one, then go to conditional formatting, data bars. Okay, select any pattern. As you can see here how it is changing. Select any pattern. I'm selecting this pattern. So like this, as this first cell, it is having 14, so it has shown from here, from this is your ground level, this is your ground level, and from ground it is having this what we call uh, this value is up to this one only. So like this it is showing 6 up to this, 39 this much, 43 it is greater. So among all these, which one is greater means directly you can come this uh, this value is greater directly because this bar is reaching till this point, so this value is greater. So 2, if I increase this value 2, I'm making 45. So what it should increase the bar as well. So as you can see now, previously it was 2, so the bar was somewhere here. Now it is 45, so the bar reached till 50%, till over here. So like this, still you increase, make it 100. So see now full. Okay, make it 200. So like this, rest of them they will decrease, because it has to show 200 value by using this cell only. So what it has done, it has decreased the other values. Even negative values you can show, minus some say 345. See negative values with a different color it is taking, and it has taken this as ground level. Now here is your ground level, and all these are positive values, and this is your negative value, minus 345. Like this it will represent all the values. Change it to some 56, automatically the bars will also change. Change it to some minus 5, automatically the bars will also change. Now this is your ground level, and minus value in this red color, it is representing in the left hand direction, and rest of the values it is representing in right hand direction. That you have to remember. All positive values it is representing in right hand direction, and all negative values it is representing in left hand direction. Make this 6 also minus 32. So like this, here 5 also minus 25. So like this, all these are my negative values, all these are my positive values, and this is my ground level 0. This is my 0. Okay, so this way you can apply the data bars. Select the content, conditional formatting, clear the rules. So it has cleared everything. Now conditional formatting, data bars, select a different one. Like this, we have different patterns we have over here. You can select any pattern of your wish. You can select any pattern of your wish. So like this, hopefully you understood. So like this you can, or you can, even if you want more things to be more specific things to be considered, you can do that also, simply by going to new rule. Yeah, here you can select the lowest value, highest value, two color scale, multicolor scale. You can put like this. Okay, simply data bar if you put, so this color apply, like this it will come. Okay, here you have multiple options, new rule, and apply on the cells. Yeah, whatever options you want you can select from here. So first you remove the already existing rules, clear the rules, then go to new rule. Okay, two cells, lowest value, highest value. Lowest value is some 56 I'm taking, highest value this one, color is this one, apply. So like this it will come. So based on their value, it will show you the data bar. Okay, it will show you the data bar like this. Hopefully you understood this thing. So multiple formats also you can apply, multiple conditional formatting also you can apply on same set of cells. Okay, on same set of cells. This is something about data bars. Simply we can represent the data by using this bar graphs. Okay, by using these bar graphs. Hopefully you understood. So go to the next concept, that is uh, after this data bars we have color scales. So this is also one of the important concept, color scales. So basically what will happen here, yeah, based on the intensity of the value it will select a color based on the intensity of the value. Suppose the value is low, it will select a low color, and if the value is greater, if the value is big, it will select the I mean it will select the color accordingly. You will understand when we do it practically. Then color scales, come to this one. Okay, just zoom it. Color scales we are applying now. So select the range of values from here to here. So 9 is minimum value or lower value, so it will show us the danger color over here, and 80 is the positive value, some good value, so it will show some green color over here. So rest of the values, they will take the colors between red and green. Some will take yellow, some will take some light yellow, light green, like that it will select. So simply by seeing the value, whether it is danger value, whether it is a good value, you can apply. Because in temperatures, generally temperatures we'll use in reverse. 100 degrees means it is danger, so we will give some red color to 100 degrees. If it is near to room temperature, that is 27 something, means we'll take it as a green color. So in that way, in order to represent the data geographically in terms of temperature, in terms of other stuff, we use this color scaling. So to apply that one, select these cells, go to conditional formatting, and then color scales. Color scales, here you have different things like this. So this you can apply, this you can apply, see, like this. So based on the intensity of the values, the colors will get applied. The colors will get applied. So here, as you can see, 9 is lower value, so it took red color. 15, not that much danger as 9, so it has taken some slight red. And 26, still it can be acceptable, so 26 it has taken this color. 37 and 36, they are near to not danger, so like that it has taken the color. Then 50, then 80. 80 is too good, so that's why even if you take 100, it will take green, solid green we can say. So like this, solid green. If you take 0, it will take dark red, so like this. So from 0 to 100, all values it will apply the color accordingly. For all values it will apply the color accordingly. 100 is green, 0 is red. So between that, whatever values we will get, it will apply the color accordingly. It will apply the color accordingly. So this type of representation, we call it as color scaling. Color scaling. Okay. So hopefully if you consider these things as temperatures, then go to, yeah, remove this already existing rule, clear rules, remove the rule, then go to conditional formatting, then color scaling will go in, yeah, 100 as danger, and rest of the things as normal we are taking now. So 100 as danger, see over here, 100 is danger, then 26, 37, to some extent it is acceptable, but whereas this 0, it is completely acceptable, means no temperature at all. So like that we can take the advantage of this color scaling in Excel. Then we have another important feature. Yeah, if you want to have some custom colors to these ones, some custom colors, that also you can get. Go to here, then manage rules, not manage, cancel. Go here, then new rules. Okay. Uh, yeah, or else you can go to yes, manage rules here only. Yeah, you can put any thing over here. I mean, any color of your wish over here. Suppose if you want some different color like this, you can some, okay, green to red, whatever color options for minimum and maximum you want, that you can put over here. So it will apply the color accordingly. It will apply the colors accordingly. So hopefully you understood. Then go to the next concept, that is icon sets. Okay, icon sets, not only data bars, not only color scaling, but we also have icons which will show us which value is having some good positive response and which value is having some negative response. In share markets we used to see this one. If the value is going down, we'll show it with a down arrow. If the value is going up, we show it with a up arrow. If the value is standing neutral, we'll show it with a right side arrow. Likewise will represent the data. Okay, so simply to have that in our consideration, zoom the Excel, then select this one and apply the conditional formatting, then icon set. So here this one icon set, and you can have like this. So here you can see 2, it is considering it as down value, 6 also down, 14 also down, okay, 11 also down, but 39 it is stable value, and 43 stable value, 57 is also stable value, but whereas 95 and 86 it is considering a good value, above average value. So it is showing a green up arrow mark, down red, right side yellow, and green up. So in this, with these we can represent the data. So wherever we have some, so let us say we are showing the student marks. Let us say we are showing the student marks for 100. So 39, 43, they are to some extent they are acceptable. 14, 6, 2 and 5, 11, they are completely failed. So that is why danger down arrow. They are completely failed. Okay, this 95 and 86, they are above average. Okay, excellent performers we can say. So that's why green up arrows. So in this way we can represent the data by using icon sets. In this way we can represent icon sets. Not only this, we have different icon sets, clear it, and here you can see icon sets. Yeah, here like this you can represent, like this you can represent with signals you can represent. Okay, you can use any of these things. So like this, see here, 95 means strong signal, 14 means weak signal, 6 means very weak signal, 2 very very weak, 5 weak, 11 weak, 57 means some average signal, 86, 95 it is some good 100%, near to 100% we can say. So in using these signals also you can represent the data, or more precisely you can go and you can format the uh, values. Okay, so go to manage rules, then you will get then you will see this one. Okay, here you can change, you can edit, and you can select a different pattern from here. Okay, like this you can, and okay, apply. So like this you can edit. Okay, instead of applying multiple times the same rules, you can edit the already existing rules also. How we can select this one, go to conditional formatting, then manage rules. Inside manage rules, select the rule which you want to edit, then click on edit. Okay, then select over here, select over here like this, apply. So it will show like this. Like this also you can do. Hopefully you understood this one. Then go to the next one, which is finding duplicates. So it is very simple. So if you have duplicate cells, it will simply select those duplicate cells for you. So here I have these many cells, so select all. And how we can do the finding duplicates means, go to conditional formatting, here duplicate values. See, duplicates, whatever duplicates we have, they got colored. Saturn here I have, and Saturn here I have, so it got duplicated. Tango here I have, Tango here also I have. Tree, tree, like that. So the concept is very simple, just to select the duplicate values. So select all the cells. First you remove that one so that we can understand. Okay, now they are normal. So select all the cells on which you want to apply the conditional formatting, then go to conditional formatting. Okay, then it is the duplicate, finding duplicates, it is available in highlight cell rules only. Highlight cell rules, then go to duplicate values. It will simply select the duplicate values for you. Okay, so this is another thing. So based on formulae also you can change the colors and all. You can find the duplicates. So the next thing is shading alternate rows. So to shade the alternate rows, we make use of the function like finding duplicate. This we have done. Color scales we have done. Icon sets we have done. Finding duplicates we have done. Shading alternate rows. This formula we use mod of rows of 2, mod of rows comma 2. So this formula we use. So this formula generally selects alternate rows in your Excel sheet. Mod means applying modulus operation on rows divided by 2. So it will select even rows. Okay. If you apply the columns divide by 2, it will select odd columns. So generally it will yeah, we will not use such shade alternate option on columns. We use only on rows, because different rows will have different records, different details. But column wise, generally we are referring to the same employee or same student details. So we don't apply this shading option on columns. Rather, we'll apply only on rows. So to use conditional formatting to shade alternate rows in an Excel worksheet, shading every other row in a range makes it easier to read your data. So generally it is not that much important, but it will make us easier in order to read the data, because if we put all the data in one format, it will look clumsy. So if we add colors to alternate rows, the data will look more attractive. So just to make the data attractive, what we are doing, we are coloring the alternate rows. So how we are going to achieve that one means this formula you remember, mod of rows comma 2. So how we can do means simply go to Excel. So I want to apply that shading on this particular data. So go to conditional formatting, then new rule. Okay, use specific, and here you put that formula equals to mod of row will select the row number, then divide with 2. Okay, modulus divide with 2. So this will apply. So now you select the alternate row color, what color you want to give. This color I want to give, so I have selected that one. So wherever my row is get satisfied, I want to apply this color. So now what will happen, every time we are saying 2, so every alternate row will get colored with this orange color. Okay, light orange color. You just see every alternate row got colored. So like this will make the data more attractive to read. It will not give any information, it will not give any specific data, but it will make your document more attractive. Okay, how we can make, once again I am showing, select the, first you remove the already applied rule. So clear rules, clear. Okay, now the rule is cleared. So now select this, go to conditional formatting, then new rule. Here use the last one, use a formula to determine which cells to be formatted. Now here you write that formula equals to mod of row of 2. Here we are applying two formulas together, mod and row. So now select the formatting. This time I want some light green. Okay, okay, every alternate row got colored. So like this you can do. Okay, this is something, coloring the alternate rows in an Excel document, shading the alternate rows in an Excel document. Like this you can do. Shading the alternate rows in an Excel document, like this you can do. So the next is comparing two lists. Comparing two lists, and then we have rule conflicting rules. What we have to do then, heat map. Only 3 options pending. This we do in our next class. So after completing this video, I will be posting one assignment. That assignment also you have to complete and you have to upload along with your attendance. So just watch the video which I am premiering from hopefully 3 o'clock. I'm going to premiere this video from 3 o'clock. So just watch this video and be ready for that assignment. So Meantime, when you watch this video, I will make my assignment ready so that you can answer. Hopefully you understood the importance of this one, and inshallah we'll do the remaining things in our upcoming classes. Only 3 points left, and immediately after this I'm going to start charts. The charts will also take 2 classes, and after that pivot tables, another 2 classes. And then we go to some advanced concepts like applying the conditions. So this conditional formatting we have seen, and conditions how we can apply on in terms of rows as well as in terms of columns, that also we will see another 2 classes. So in hardly 6 to 7 classes we are going to wind up this Excel, so that we can shift our attention towards that MS-DOS and Linux options. Hopefully you understood. So thank you very much, students.